recorded everything to Pro Tools, you know, because it's real easy for, you know, two guys, you know, which is how we tend to start all the songs. It's easy for us to get started and be able to, you know, add stuff and change things along the way. You know, we'd love to record the analog tape, but, you know, it's hard to get tape these days, and, you know, having somebody fix the machine every week is, you know, gets difficult. But,
also, we're the only ones who are up all night.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It'd be hard to get a tech at 5 in the morning every day. So recording the bass, Billy's got an amazing 66 P bass that just, you know, is, I don't know, it plays itself pretty much. And a great mid-60s, you know, that you're on the B15.
That's a 64, I think.
Yeah, 64 B15. So you couldn't have more of a classic combo there. So, you know, I just stick a microphone in front of it and record it. It's just, you know, there's no, you know, crazy engineering science to it. It's just great instruments being, you know, put together and recorded. So, and it's the same with everything. We tried to keep it very simple, like how we recorded stuff, you know, just so that it sounded like the instrument being played. And we used, you know, vintage guitars and amps and just stuff that was around back in the 60s when the Beatles or, you know, any of these bands might have recorded. So we just do it simply and, you know, try and have fun doing it.
I mean, essentially we use a 66 Tele a lot, and that 66 P bass, and we use older Fender amps, Vox amps, and Silvertone amps. And JD and Mike both play the 66 Tele most of the time, you know, whichever one's doing their part at the time. And we have new fancy Teles we bring on the road, you know, so as not to crack that one back there. And we have a 72 Gibson Dove acoustic guitar that's used on every song. And my drum kit is a new kit, but one I designed for, that Slingerland made for me, that's very old school, with big drums. I keep them a little dead and low. And, you know, we record into Pro Tools and mix through a Trident 80B board to 1-inch tape. And that's kind of how we've made the solo records too. It's a system that seems to work. I have to say, JD is really great at miking things. I mean, he knows what mics we need to use for everything. He's very, very good at that. And that has a lot to do with our sound, actually. And then so the way we record is JD and I will do a scratch vocal and a scratch acoustic when a song is first written. When it's out of everybody. And
Anthony, ladies
so
and gentlemen.
we do a scratch acoustic, scratch vocal. Then I go out and to that I play the drum pads, and then JD adds the bass. He comes back and does the real acoustic guitar. Then I do the lead vocal, and then JD and I do the background vocals. And Mike comes over, adds his bit, then we get Marty and Teddy. If Teddy's going to play harp or organ or whatever on something, Marty comes over, puts steel on it. Brad sometimes does his stuff from Dallas, where he's from. So it's a pretty good system. And the great thing about it is, even though we're stacking things together, it sounds like a live band because of, I guess because we're so wild and undisciplined that I don't know if we could make it sound not live.
Yeah, I mean, just, you know, I always tell Billy, it's, you know, the whole thing is because the drum, you know, the way he swings on the drums is just, you know, that's why it feels so live. It's just, there's just this thing in his hands, you know, where it just has a groove to it.
Well, and what's interesting too is coming in to do overdubs when that's all done, and the song already has a certain swing to it that's really sort of happening. I don't know about other people, but I know that when we end up doing, adding the steel and all, it's usually where you can perform the song. It's not micromanaged, it's not sectional. This is the song, play it, and you get that performance vibe as opposed to a constructed vibe. And to play to the tracks is a breeze because they do have that kind of swing and they flow. It's already feels like performance, so when you play on top of that, it just grows. It's great.